morning. Just want to check that you can hear me, see me, and I'm the right way up. If you give me a wee like, let me know if I'm the right way up. I hope I've set it up correctly. Hope you're all well. I've got a funny feeling I'm not the right way up because the comments are coming in to the side of the screen. I am here. Hello. Hi Moira. Could you let me know if I'm the right way up? Hi Becky. I'm having to put my head to the side to read. You're not, right, okay, so I did a test this morning too and I was the right way up. Let me see. How's that? Hopefully I'm the right way up now because I can read your comments, okay? So I'll just introduce myself for anybody who doesn't know me. My name's Eileen Tierney and I'm going to take you through some Pilates exercises this morning. That's it now, thanks. Thanks a lot, Sandy. Perfect. Oh. So yeah, this session will be suitable for all levels. There's lots of different options you can do. The only thing you'll need is a chair. You might actually not even need it, but I'd like you to have one near just in case you do. You also might need a cushion or even just a folded bit of clothing, a jumper or something to put under your head if your neck gets sore on any of the exercises. You might have your own Pilates block at home that you normally use. And I just want you to do like a quick risk assessment of the room you're in, make sure there's nothing that you'll trip over, make sure you have plenty of space on the floor. That's more people coming in now, good, I'll give it another couple of minutes. I should let you know as well that my insurance covers me to teach online. Good, lots more people coming in now, that's great. I hope you've had a good morning so far. This has been good for me because it's got me up and out of my pyjamas before 10 o'clock. At the start of lockdown I was up and organised all the time, and now as the weeks have gone on, not so organised in the mornings. Hi Louise. So what we'll be doing in the Pilates session is focusing on spinal mobility and core work. We'll be starting off with your breathing because it's a really important part of Pilates. It engages your core muscles and it helps you focus on your exercises that you're doing as well. So that's Shona. Hi Shona. Kirsten watching from her bed. No problem. You could maybe do some of these in your bed. Hi Jamie. I'll just do a quick time check. Last minute. Morning Claire. Oh, it's good to see all the comments coming in. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've not told you that I need to tell you. Hi Debbie. Right, I think we'll just get started. I'm hoping you'll be able to see me because when I was practicing I had my phone the other way and you could see me full length, and now I've had to turn it, so I'm hoping that you'll still be able to see me. We're just going to start off side on. Well, I'll be side on, you don't need to be. Feet hip width apart, And I just want you to lead with your tail to roll down onto your back. Now you can bring your forearm down to help you if you need to, and you just roll down until your head is on the floor. From there, if you just take your hands and place them on your rib cage, and you're just going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. So we'll be keeping this same breathing pattern going. You're looking for a wee bit of force on that exhale just to engage your core muscles. And I've got your hands at your rib cage so that you're aware of them expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale, so they should draw away from your fingers as you inhale. And then we're going to just start moving here, start warming up the upper body and the lower body first. So hands are by the sides, and you just inhale to take your hands overhead, exhale to bring them back down to the floor. So you'll see I'm not going too far because I don't want my ribs to pop. Your rib cage is connected to your core muscles, so you just go slightly overhead and then back down from there. So throughout this session you'll be hearing lots of inhale, exhale, but it is important to keep your breathing going. It takes a while to get into it sometimes if you've not done Pilates before. And then on your next rep, we'll take a slightly bigger movement. So you're going to inhale overhead, exhale, circle wide. Inhale overhead, exhale, circle wide. Draw your shoulder blades down and keep your palms up towards the ceiling. Just checking that I'm still okay, you can hear me and the connection's okay. Good, we've got quite a few people in now, this is great. And then we'll go on to lower body next. So still in that same position, you'll just start lengthening your legs and then just flexing your knee again, bending your knee. It's inhale to lengthen, exhale to flex the knee. You're just keeping your upper body relaxed, arms relaxed, eye line up towards the ceiling. And then we need to add a wee bit more movement with that just to warm up the hips a bit more. So for this one, I think I'm better facing you this way. You'll lengthen on the inhale, and then as you pull your heel back in, you take your knee out to the side and then bring it up. So it's inhale, lengthen, exhale, leg slide with the knee out wide. Try to keep this other stabilising leg still. Watch that that's not moving all over the place. You're trying to keep that still. Last rep on each side. And then we're going to start moving the spine, get a spinal rotation. So you need to be side on for this one. You probably will need your cushion or something under your head because your hands are going to be out to the side and I don't want you uncomfortable at your neck. So just keep something under the head. You're going to bend your knees out further forward and keep your feet in line with your back, your feet in line with your spine. Hands are out in front of the chest. You inhale and you look towards where your hands go in. Once you get to the ceiling, you go further and exhale. And then it's the same on the way back up. Inhale towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands back in front of your chest. If you lose sight of your hand, that's okay. You just look towards it as far as you can, but keep your hand moving. Don't let the knees come apart. Keep the knees together. I like this one. It's a good one to warm up the spine. Hopefully it feels good for you. So we'll just get a couple more on this side and then we obviously need to get the other side as well. Good, and then you're going to go to the other side. I am going to face away from you just because I want you to see it from both sides. So knees To the other side, check your heels are in line with your spine again, good posture, and then inhale to start the movement, exhale to finish it. Everything should just be slow and steady, just feeling good on the movement, not rushing it. And again, we'll get a couple more on this side. Last rep. And then our last warm-up move, we're up onto all fours, just knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. You're setting up a neutral spine, so I've not said that yet, I don't think. Neutral spine in Pilates is just trying to get the best posture you can. So anytime I say neutral spine, try to straighten up your back. It's never going to be completely straight because we've got natural curves on our spine, but just try to get your posture best you can. So from here, I think I need to go side on a wee bit. Inhale, prepare, and then exhale, flex the spine. So your crown of your head goes down towards the floor, and you pull your abdominals right up to flex the lower back. Hold the flexion on the inhale, and then exhale, go into a slight extension. So you lift your eye line a wee bit and you drop the drop the abdominals down towards the floor to extend the back. Inhale here, exhale, roll the spine. Hold your flexion on your inhale, exhale, slight extension. So keep your weight evenly over the 4 points as you're moving. Elbows should just be slightly soft, not locked out completely. Last rep. Good, so that's good that we've started moving. Now we can go on to the main workout. We are actually going to start on your hands and knees still and just do some swimming prep on our hands and knees. So you're in the same position as before, neutral spine. I know you'll be checking what I'm doing, but once you know what you're doing, try and keep your eye line down because you want your head to stay in line with the rest of the spine. So it's inhale, prepare, exhale, opposite arm to leg. Lengthen out, try to keep the arm and leg in line with the spine. Again, weight evenly over the 2 points that are on the mat, or the floor. Last rep. And then we're going right down. We're going to do some extension work for the spine. If you've got any problems with your lower back, make sure you are taking your time on this one and just go to where you can. We come right down prone. Forearms down, hands are somewhere between your head and your shoulders and your feet are together, but if that's not comfortable you can go hip width apart. You're keeping your eye line down to start, you inhale to prepare and you exhale just to lift your eye line and draw your shoulders away from your ears as you come up. Make sure you're not tense there. Back down on your inhale, exhale, extend. So we're just focusing on the upper back and you need to make sure you try to support your lower back by drawing your abdominals away from the floor. Anybody who comes to my classes will have heard me say this over and over. You always pull your abdominals up towards your spine. Don't let them relax to the floor. Smooth reps. And then we're going to do another breaststroke prep before we do the full exercise. So your next one, you lengthen your arms down by your sides. You draw your shoulder blades together on the inhale and then you come up on your extension on the exhale. Inhale, hold at the top, exhale, back down. So a wee bit more to think about on this one. Inhale, draw your shoulder blades back, exhale, extend. Inhale, hold at the top, and exhale, relax back down, controlled. So you're trying to press your hands as far away as you can as you come up on that extension. Keep your feet down to the floor. So this one's really good for your posture at your upper back. Sometimes we're quite rounded at upper back, so it's good to get this one to help improve your posture. We're going to get one more on it. Retract, extend, hold, and then exhale back down. And then from there we're going to go on to the full breaststroke. This one involves taking your hands overhead. This might not feel good for your shoulders or your neck, so you can stick to one of the first two options with your hands down or hands back. So you take your hands overhead, eye line down, inhale here, exhale, extend and pull the arms back. It is as if you're just taking your head in and out the water here. So inhale down, exhale, lift the eye line. Keep checking your abdominals are not relaxed to the floor. Make sure you're engaging your abs as you go. Draw the shoulder blades back on that extension. Staying as strong as you can. Drive the arms right out. Pull back. Let's get a couple more. And then we're going to do a quick stretch here. We'll do a better stretch at the end, but just take your knees apart and keep your feet together. Push your hands as far away as you can and try to bring your head to the floor, or as close to the floor as you can. And then just start to roll up all the way to neutral. So you lead with the tail of the spine and you start bringing your spine up to that neutral position until your head is up as well. How are we getting on? Can we still hear me okay? Hi, clear? Good, excellent. Okay, so we're on to your side next. We're going to do some side leg lifts, 3 different exercises on your side. Just trying to make sure you can see me, this camera angle. Not got it quite right, I don't think. So you might want the cushion or something under your head again. I'm just going to support my head on my upper arm. From here, we're just going to do the single leg lift first of all. So you make sure you're in one long line, head and feet are in the same line. And then from there, inhale, prepare, exhale, lift that top leg as high as you can. And then as you lower it, pull your toes in towards you. So you point your toes away as you exhale to lift. And then you inhale, pull them back towards you. And you're taking your time, you're trying not to relax the leg as you get to the lowest point. Just hover above your other foot and then push back up to the top. Good. So we'll get another couple and then we'll add in the lower leg. So if you're struggling, you can just stick to the top leg and just stop and start as you need to. You should be feeling this and the outside of the hip, the bum and the outside of the thigh. So we're going to add in the inside of the thigh of the lower leg. You inhale to lift the top leg, exhale to lift the lower leg, inhale, hold the highest point you can and exhale back down. So a wee bit more to think about again, a 4 breath pattern. Inhale, top leg, exhale, lower leg, try to meet the toes, inhale, hold, exhale down. Every time you lift your legs, you're trying to lengthen them as much as you can. Keep a really strong position. Good. And then we've got one more change after this last rep here. So we're keeping the feet together all the time. Back to just a 2 breath pattern. Exhaling on the lift, inhaling as you lower. You keep both phases is controlled so that you're getting the most out of the muscles that you can. They're working on the way up and on the way down. You don't just fall back down to the ground. So I hope you're all joining in and not just watching here. Kirsten, I hope you're trying a couple of these in the bed. Last couple to go. And then we'll get a quick stretch on this top side. Just flex your knee down to the floor. If anybody has got any injuries and they're not sure about anything on the workout, please give me a wee message and I'll let you know. I'll help guide you of what to do. We need to get that to the other side. So nice neutral spine, one long line from your head to your toes, just the upper leg to start with. Exhale on your lift, pull your toes in, inhale as you lower. So I've got this other hand out in front here. I'm trying not to put any pressure into it, just keep it relaxed. Keep getting to that highest point that you can. I hope you've been enjoying all these other live classes that have been going on. I've been loving them. It's good to try some new things from other instructors. Got some really good videos on here. And then we're going to do the staggered one after this last rep. Here's the staggered one. So you keep your toes pointing away all the time. Inhale, top leg. Exhale, lower leg. Inhale, highest point you can. Exhale, control back down. Inhale. Exhale, steady as you can on your side. Hold, back down. So if you find you're rocking about a lot, just stick to the single leg lift instead of bringing the other leg up as well, or maybe just don't go quite as high. That will be that your pelvis is moving and you want to try and keep it neutral. So if you're really rocking about, just stick with single leg lift or not quite so high. Last rep. Then straight on to the doubles. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, up, 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 up. Keep going till you can't go anymore. Inhale, slowly down. So I'm hoping by this set you are really aware of the muscles that are working on these. Last two to go. And then after this rep, we're going to move on to seated. Now this is the one that you might need a chair for. It depends how comfortable you are sitting. If your hips get a bit tight or your hamstrings get a bit tight, you might be more comfortable on a chair. So I'll show you seated first on the floor, and then I'll show you it seated on the chair. You keep your feet hip width apart, set up that neutral spine seated, so you want your hips, ribs, shoulders and head all in one nice line. And then from there, as you come back, you just lead with the tail of the spine and start to push the lower vertebrae bones of your spine to the floor, but just a halfway. Inhale back and then exhale, come up and go to that neutral spine again. So it's inhale, halfway rolling back, exhale, up from there. So if you need the chair, exactly the same idea. Can you see me? From there, lead with the tail and just press back. You might not be able to get your bones of your spine to the chair, but as long as you're leading on, focusing with the tail and pushing back. I think I was stuttering there, right. So working the lower abdominals, you are working your hip flexors a wee bit as well, but I really want you to focus on the spine movement on this one and the abdominals, pulling in to help flex the lower back. And then we're going to add a rotation with it. So you still start at the top. When you roll back, you look to the side and you add a rotation. So it's inhale, roll and rotate back, exhale forwards. With that rotation, you should feel it down the side of the abdominals a bit more. Watch you're not keeping your back straight. You don't want to put any pressure on your back. You just roll round the spine, rotate. I always think this one looks nice. We'll get one more on each side. Obviously, I should have said you can obviously do that one on the chair as well. This next one you won't be able to do on the chair. So if you weren't comfortable down here, you can do the half roll back seated on the chair again. That's your option. Preferably on this one, I'd like you to lengthen your legs. But again, if you're not comfortable, bend your knees. You just need to try and stay as comfortable as possible during the exercise. I'm going to have to move in a wee bit, but my legs are lengthened. You're going to aim for a full roll down and roll up. So this one is quite a bit more intense. Stick to the half roll back if it's no good to you. So tail leads, inhale to start your roll down, round your spine, and then exhale to finish it. Hands just go slightly overhead, not too far, and then lead with the head on the way up. Inhale as you start your roll up, pressure lower back to the floor, and then exhale to roll it up off the floor. Neutral spine at the top. Inhale, start your roll back. Exhale, finish it. Inhale, start your roll up. Exhale, finish it. So some of you might find that you start to get stuck. You go so far and on the way up and then you can't get any further. So you could always even just focus on the roll down and just come up any way you like, because the better you get on the roll down, the more likely you'll end up getting the roll up. So focus on your roll down slow as you can. Don't worry if you get stuck on the way up, it is tough. Imagine your spine, your vertebrae bones in your spine like links on a chain, and they're lifting off the floor one at a time. Last rep. Slow and controlled. Good. And then we're on to the last 3 exercises. So we're going to roll back onto your back, lead with the tail all the way down. Oh. And then we're going to go on to an abdominal prep here. So you keep your hands at your head. You can always hold your head on it if you like, just if you feel that's a bit easier on the neck. Remember, you can have the pillow or something under your head if you're uncomfortable there. Because I've got my hair bobble in, it's actually okay. I feel okay at my neck and my shoulders. Elbows are slightly out in front, and then we're just going to lead with the head again. Inhale to prepare, exhale to come up. As you get higher up on the movement, I want you to push your spine at your lower back to the floor. So that's called imprinting your spine. So it's the lower part of the spine. Exhale, roll up, flex the neck, flex the upper back, and press the lower spine to the floor. So you should be feeling that on your abdominals. Remember that little bit of force with your exhale to help contract your core muscles as well. Slide your ribs toward your hips and try to make sure that the shoulder blades are coming off the floor. You shouldn't be looking up, you should be looking forward as you get higher up. We're going to get our last 2 on that one. Hopefully you've not just had your breakfast and you feel that one. That won't be very nice if you've just eaten. And then we're going to take the legs up to tabletop. So as soon as we do that, we should automatically push our lumbar spine to the floor. So just lift one leg up off the floor at a time, 1 foot off the floor at a time, and make sure your spine is in contact with the floor. Now you can keep your legs on your chair here if you find it difficult to hold them up, support them, just pop them on the chair. This time we're doing exactly the same, but we will add a rotation on the next set. So from here, we're just doing that same movement as before, no rotation yet. So I said we were on the last 3 exercises. Those 2 count as the same exercise. They are the same, but just the second part with your legs up. So we've still got 2 more to go after this one. So you should feel that a bit more intense at the lower abdominals. Again, your hips are having to work as well to keep your legs stabilised, but I want you to keep focusing on the abdominals and on the movement of the spine. Last rep. And then we'll just add a rotation now, so you're going side to side. You still lead with the head, you still lift your shoulder blades one more than the other this time. Rotate across, imprint your spine and roll back. You should be feeling that at your obliques again, at the sides of your abdominals. Last rep to each side. And then just support your knees, gently rock, and we're on to your last exercise. So this one's called the 100. I'm sure some of you know it from the classes. You've got 3 options. You can keep your feet down, you can keep your legs up at tabletop, or you can keep them on a diagonal. So this is the toughest on the diagonal, then this is the next one, and then this is the easiest one, feet on the floor. You can keep one hand behind your head. You're going to roll up, lengthen your arms, keep them parallel to the floor, and you're just going to do tiny, short, sharp pulses moving from your shoulders. You inhale for 5 counts, and then exhale for 5 counts. So it can be a long inhale and a long exhale, or it can be sniffs and blows. So try to stay flexed. If you're really struggling at your head, like I say, keep a hand behind it or keep your head back, but make sure your lumbar spine is still in contact with the floor. So tiny, tiny, short, sharp movements. Staying flexed, shoulder blades up, looking forward. Keep your breathing going. Now it's called the 100 because you're meant to do 100 reps. So it's 10 sets. Inhale, exhale. Just really try to stay in the best, strongest position that you can. If you're finding it easier, you lower your legs more. If you feel your spine lifting off the floor, lift them back up higher. You need to keep your lumbar spine in contact with the floor. I think you're probably on your last couple of sets. Just keep going, last couple of sets. And then inhale, bend the knees, gently take the head back and get a wee rock side to side there. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. You've done really well, I'm sure. I'm sure most of you joined in that are watching. And we're going to do a couple of stretches. So I want to get the hip flexors and the obliques. So this one, I'll just show you it from the side first. You take a big step out in front and then you push towards that front foot so that you're opening out this hip flexor here. And then once you've got the stretch there, just add in the obliques because they've done a lot of work on your rotation, work on your spine as well. Good. So remember to keep looking out for all the workout videos on this page. They're absolutely brilliant. It's really good. It gives you a chance to try something new as well. Get lots of different instructors' workouts. And there's a fitness tapas event where there's lots of wee 10-minute sessions, so that's ideal if you want to try something new. That's on Thursday and it starts at 5 o'clock. I'll double check that. I hope I'm giving you the right information. I'll double check that and comment on this page so you know. on this video, and then add in the obliques. And then we did the stretch a wee bit earlier on where you kept your knees apart, your feet together, hands out and head down. Just once you've got your hands as far away as you can and your head down, just relax into the stretch. Just breathe in as normal now. You don't need to focus on that sharper breath on the exhale. Just breathe in normally. Lead with the tail as you roll up. And then we're going to do a spinal stretch, but it will also get a wee bit into the hips and the glutes. So you keep one leg lengthened, take the other foot just outside the knee, rotate over and just push back on that knee. So it's opposite arm pushes back on that knee, and you just look down outside your hip. Relaxed into the stretch. And change sides there. And then we've just got our inner thighs, and one thing to do at the end where we're just going to roll the spine on our feet one more time. So for the inner thighs, we'll go up onto one knee. You can do this standing if you struggle on your knee. Take the foot out to the side, foot in line with the knee, and just come down if you can to your forearms. If not, stay on the hands, and your option standing is here. And change sides there. So it looks dry enough out there today. It doesn't, the sky doesn't look great, not compared to yesterday, but hopefully it'll stay dry. You can get out your walk. And then we're going to come up onto our feet. Now when you do this, I want you to try and keep your weight forward, crown of the head down towards the floor, and just slowly roll up. One vertebrae bone at a time comes to neutral, and then your head should come up and come out of the shot. We're going to do that one more time, and then that's you done. A roll down, a roll up, just to get a wee bit mobility and flexibility of your spine. So feet hip width apart, lead with the head, keep your weight forward. Once you're at your lowest point, just hold, relax your arms, and just slowly roll back up. And I hope you feel better for doing that on a Sunday morning. Thanks so much everyone for joining. Have a really good day. Bye.